So yesterday I was taking a shower. I know, shocking, right? Yu-Gi-Oh player and being hygienic, it's unheard of. But what's even more shocking is whilst I was in the shower, I was thinking about Orcust, and what I could possibly do for my next Orcust upload. And obviously, Predaplant came to mind. So obviously they're both dark monsters, they love dark types, Predaplant's main combo line discards a card from hand, it's literally perfect. But there was one downside. What do I do if I don't open an Orcust? How do I get a hold of them? And that's when I thought of something. Predaplant can make rank 3s. So here's today's deck list. But, just a reminder before I get to the deck list, if you guys are enjoying today's video and want to see some more content and more videos just like this one from me in the future, please don't leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel down below. Alright, let's jump into this deck list. Alright, so we're going to keep this deck list portion relatively short, as I obviously don't really need to explain to you what the cards in here do, as you've probably seen them all before by now, but what I will explain is why exactly these two archetypes are going to be working together so well in this video. Well, basically, this deck now has a really cool one-card combo that starts off by grabbing your Predaplant Scorpio, which can be searched for with your Blossom. Once you got it, you normal summon it, discard a card, summon your Cobra from the deck list. That is 2 level 3 monsters. This then searches for your fusion spell, which is your Ultra Polymerization. Then you can use the 2 cards on field to fuse into your Predaplant. This gives you access to the Predaplant side of the deck. And then you can use the spell card in the graveyard to bring back those level 3s to the field. Those 2 level 3s can then become Dante. Dante, of course, detach a material, mill 3, that gives you access to potentially the Orcust side of the deck, if you haven't already drawn an Orcust, which then you could have just discarded with the Scorpio. Make it almost guaranteed, it's not 100% guaranteed, but it's pretty likely you're going to hit an Orcust on your first turn, and still have access to the Predaplant side of the deck list, thanks to the effect of your Ambulance. The other cool thing about this deck list is despite the 2 brand new Predaplant skills locking you out of playing Orcust, there was one other brand new skill released that is perfect for this archetype. Precious Cards of the Dark. What this skill does is basically just switcheroo but for dark monsters. Take a dark monster in your hand, place it on the bottom of the deck list, draw a card, which is perfect for an archetype that's got a really irritating Garnets, which you only want to play one of because playing a second one just feels like absolute arse. So if you ever open this thing, put it back in the deck and you're good to go. Also works pretty well if you open multiple Orcust cards when you can only discard one of them. Just take one, toss it back in the deck list, draw a card. It's also good because we only have 6 starters in this deck list, which is slightly too low for Duel Links. Typically you want to have 7. 6 is okay, but typically 7's the go-to number. So the skill adds that little bit more consistency that the deck was sort of missing. And that's basically it for the deck list. So without further ado, let's check out some gameplay. Alright, so quick disclaimer before we get to the replays, as I don't want to clickbait anyone too hard. This archetype, or this combination, don't expect it to be some sort of tier 1, top tier 0 meta-breaking meta contender. It's not going to be that. If you're looking for the best variation of Predaplant, this is not the video for it. This video is purely just showing off a really stupid fun combination you can do with Orcust that can be done with a nice little 1-card combo, because I think it's really fun and quite cool. But it's not overly fantastic right now, especially with everyone playing Sur Poly and tons of different Predaplant builds around. You're just going to get Sur Poly'd so often on the ladder, and it's going to feel like shit. So don't expect too much from this deck, especially at the moment. It's just a fun little combination for people that enjoy playing stupid Orcust combinations like myself, and want another dumb deck to play, because I find it pretty fun. Especially after you see the end board for this, you understand why I find it so fun, as it is a stupid end board, but yeah, it does get completely shit on by Sur Poly, which is absolutely everywhere right now, so don't expect too much from the deck. It's just a bit of fun, that's all I'm trying to say. Alright. Starting off up against a Literalist opponent. Alright, going first. So yeah, another reason why this deck is pretty much only not a super top tier deck is without Droplet, going second is just despair. There's no, in particular, going second cards or anything, so. Anyway, so activating our skill, shuffling the World Wand into the deck list to summon our Blossom. When we just summon the Blossom afterwards, we just shuffle the card back in and draw a card. Actually drew into the Blossom, so that's good. Then we're going to use the all 3 copies of the Blossom, because it's not a hard once per turn, to thin out the deck list so when we do our mills later on, we don't hit Blossoms. Blossom summoning out the Scorpio, discarding the Harp. Cobra searching for the spell card. Ultimate Polymerization, making a copy of the Ambulance. Ambulance searching for the Predapruning. Banishing the spell to summon back the 2 level 3s, which make the Dante. And of course, we haven't hit an Orcust yet, so time to get milling. Mill the top 3, pray to God you don't hit the field spell, because otherwise you are very depressed. Orcust Knightmare banishing, sending the World Wand summoning back, these 2 can make your Link 2, and now we can search for the field spell. You'll see in later replays, depending on your opening hand, a lot of the time you can make this guaranteed without running the risk of potentially milling it, so you do the Orcust side first. You'll see that later on other replays. Right, grabbing the Babel. I haven't unlocked a nice little finish for this yet. Alright, tripping it off, summoning out the Sundew, Dragostapelia, not Dragostapelia. Making the Orchestrator. Reviving, making the Evening Star. Attaching, Predapruning, setting the Droplet, and there is your end field. You've got a Negate, you've got a Center Grave, you've got an Evening Star protecting the field, and whenever you like, you can use Droplet, send this to the graveyard, that also put Harps in the grave, for Harp to banish, bring back the Evening Star, and yeah, non-target one of your opponent's monsters. So, a lot of interaction here. We've even got a little bit of a blocking we can do as well, because we can send things like use the effect of Knightmare to send potentially the Horror to the graveyard and recycle things back with Orchestrator so we have a target for Horror, and have even more ways to just clog up the field so your opponent can't kill you. Tries to use Dark Hole. I don't know what this guy was doing, he was trolling. Dark Hole should have stopped that, of course. Then summons right next to the Orchestrator for some reason, I don't understand. So we're just going to chain the Knightmare. Then we're going to use the Orchestrator in response to my own Knightmare. Well, not response, afterwards. And put it in the grave. And he sets 1. I don't know why he didn't special summon. He literally revealed the thing, right? Can't this thing just special summon? Oh, you have to control Wing Beast to use it, I see. Maybe his hand was just complete garbage or something. Who knows? Tries to use Drowning. Wouldn't get rid of that real quick. Bring back the Ding. And yeah, he's just dead. Alright, it's not the greatest first opponent, but hopefully that gives you a good understanding of how stupid the combo for this deck list can be. Alright, 4 to go. Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing this. It's consistent enough where it's incredibly fun, but again, if you're looking for a top tier art type, you're in the wrong place. Going second with this feels absolutely pain. And playing against Sur Poly feels like pain. But against everything else, it's not too bad. It's actually pretty decent. Even as Lyralist, having Droplet and things against non-target Center Grave is pretty useful. Alright, once again going first at Scorpio discarding the Harp. Now if you open a way to discard Harp, oh baby, there's no chance you mess up the combo here. There's no chance you mess up the mill and accidentally mill the field spell. Or even actually mill the Predaplant that you want to summon from deck as well, because you can do the Orcust stuff before you do the mill, which is pretty good. Alright, and you still want to do the mill though, because you want to try to get a copy of Cymbal in the graveyard as well. Polymerization, Revive, these 2 become the Burning Abyss. I'm not going to use the effect though. I'm going to use the Harp, summon the Knightmare, tribute the Knightmare. Now we do the Predaplant Fusion first. Revive back. Then we're actually going to use the revived card with the Predaplant Fusion to make the Automaton, because of course we've got Predapruning, so we can just special summon it back from grave when we want to. Revive it back, and now we have perfect time to use the Dante, and we pray to hit Harp. Oh, sorry, Cymbal. Unfortunately, we didn't hit Cymbal. We had 2 on the deck list, didn't hit 1, which feels pretty bad, because now we can't end on the perfect end field, but it's fine. We've still got a Droplet. We've still got a Dingirsu. We just don't get the Link 3. Alright, Knightmare sending the Harp to the graveyard. I'll say the Cymbal to the graveyard. Alright, he summons out his Ritual Monster. I literally didn't even read this effect. I just assumed it was useful and dropleted it. I'm not even kidding. I just didn't bother reading all this text. I could not be asked. Dragostapelia gonna be negating this. Again, couldn't be bothered reading all this. I just assumed it was annoying, so I negated it. Also, it's a tuner, so now, it's a level 1 tuner. It's not as good anymore. Oh yeah, now I'm just gonna summon that back and, summon back the Dingirsu and remove something. You just decided you had enough. Alright. Up against Douglas. I think they did save at least one going second replay. Because it can play going second, just requires you to open Droplet, which isn't a super hard thing to do when you got 3 combos. Like myself.
Duel.
Oh, here we go. Going second, he doesn't even stop anything. Alright, Lonefire, Tribute Off, summon out the Scorpio, discard, summon the Cobra, grabbing the Poly. The good thing about being able to grab Poly here is it stops your opponent eclipsing you. So if your opponent activates Eclipse, put the 2 face down. It doesn't really matter because you just Polymerization anyway, so it'd be a waste of time. So I'm just going straight into a Phoenix here, pull back row, hits an Unchained actually. Horror summoning the Knightmare. Knightmare returning the other back row, which summons from hand. Thankfully no thing to discard to destroy. But no disruption left. Just a really annoying field to get through. Alright, summoning the Automaton. Automaton grabbing the field spell. Unfortunately, can't do any Predaplanting now, but that's fine. Evening Star sending to grave. Making a copy of Unchained Abomination, giving a bit of a taste of his own medicine. Bringing over his monster, Abomination popping the other monster. And end phase, popping the card on field. Alright, Knightmare going to be sending. Cymbal going to be reviving before he can use the annoying effect to revive a trap card, potentially. Swings in just so he can swap it out for Saraba, which just gets popped in the end phase, swaps it out again. And yeah, he concedes. I love this card, man. It's such a cool... This guy's such a good boy. He's such a good doggo. Alright. Against Farby. Giving that Unchained a taste of literally his own medicine, beating him with his own card. Alright, and I don't think this guy was playing Yuri. I think this guy was playing Predaplant, sorry. I think the win rate of this deck versus a Predaplant deck is actually 0. Sur Poly is too hard to beat with this uptime. Oh, forgot to turn my alerts off, that's alright. Alright, up against Darklord, so Lonefire, summoning another Lonefire, summoning another Lonefire. Scorpio, discard, 2 level 3s. Got to discard the Skeleton from hand, which is pretty useful, because it means if we do mill the other half of the Orcust combo now, we're good to go. We can end on Link 3, I mean. Polymerization, reviving. Making the Burning Abyss. Keep in mind, because there's a lot of... I was trying out a bunch of different lines to try to make it as consistent as possible with out milling the field spell and stuff like that. You have to keep this thing on the field to use the Ultra Polymerization. So you can't use this as part of like link combos or stuff beforehand. You do have to have it on the field and use the Ultra Polymerization at the same time. You can't just send this to grave, then use this. That's not how that works. Alright, Horror going to be reviving. Okay, so that's to target your fusion monster. Oh, and I made him, or I mean, banishing the Nightmare, summoning back to the field. I'll put him back in the deck, go in the field spell. Of course, he milled a Harp, so we're good to go. Yeah, you just need either mill Harp or mill this, and you can do your full Orcust combo. Harp's the better one to mill, though. Alright, Cymbal Skeleton, reviving. Making the Evening Star, and ending on that fantastic end field with the Droplet as well. Only 5 cards left in my deck, by the way. Went through 15 cards to get here. Oh yeah, also, another thing to note, you have about 80 seconds left on your timer after doing all this. It is a very long combo. Alright. Knightmare banishing, giving it a little attack boost. Also sending to grave so you can't make the Link monster in case he wanted to. Swings in, Droplet remove, end phase, going to be removing that trap card in case it's anything annoying. And he can't, even if it was like a Darklord trap card, it wouldn't matter, because we could just negate his Darklord monster during the next turn. Yeah, I think Darklord's probably on, probably on suicide watch at this point. Darklord is not a good deck. They did that skill dirty with the change they made to it before release. I think they must have seen some of the combos people were doing in Discords and how absolutely insane Darklord was potentially going to be. And they're like, alright, we'll change one word and completely kill the skill entirely. Alright. This guy's on a 5-game win streak. Dude, when I was playing earlier, I came across someone that had a 52-game win streak playing Predaplant. I was like, what the hell is this? And of course, I bricked against him, so I couldn't try to make the cool highlight reel beating it. And I didn't even bricked against him. I think he just actually played really well. Yeah, that was a different. That was a different game. Like, I actually played really well. 52 wins is insane. I don't think he was cheating either. I think he just actually had 52 wins. But sometimes you come across people with insane win streaks and they're just cheating their ass off, but that guy wasn't. Alright, summoning out the Knightmare. Discarding to get rid of one of those back row. Or at least force it out. Moves a card on field. Now we can go for the Orcust side of the deck. True Draco grabbing the Heritage. Harp Horror with the star on it. Just try to farm some things here. Automaton. Shuffling back in and grabbing the Cymbal. These two become the Unicorn, discarding my final card. Removing his final monster. Skeleton reviving, and just in case this is like a drowning Mirror Force or something really dumb, we're gonna remove that too. And we can even defend our monster on field. And he's dead. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's replays. Hope you guys enjoyed them. If you do, remember to like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you see you next one. Laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob? Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis. Oh.